Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord, everybody. And welcome to Morning Manna with Tobaise Brookins. I pray that you are blessed, and I am so excited about what God is doing in your life as you take in the little word that comes from Morning Manna. And have you ever been in a situation where you were trying to go somewhere and maybe you didn't realize that you needed to get over into another lane as you were driving, or you had to get on the freeway and didn't realize that the ramp was already there and there were already cars there, and you had to turn your blinker on and try to get in? That's a little frustrating, right? Because now all of a sudden people have to stop, or some people get rude, right? And they'll start driving, start scooting up, not to allow you in. Or have you ever been in a situation to where you were the one that had your mind all set on how a line was going to be, or where you were going to sit in a store or wherever, and then found out that they needed other people to also be there? Then you had to make room for them. That could be very frustrating. And that's the same thing that happened to Israel. Israel had been following after God by works so long that it's almost like God threw a curveball in there, because when he presents Jesus to them, now they don't want to accept it. Well, I want you to know that God has allowed for every action, every circumstance, everything that you've ever been through in your life to prepare you for your Jesus moment. That's right. God knew you before you were formed in the womb, which meant when you were one, you make room for him. Yes, yes, I know your life was going, you were busy, you were doing things. In that moment, you realized, I can't even accomplish everything. Did that happen to you? If it hasn't happened to you yet, I pray that it does, because this is where the new birth experience takes place. It's me looking at my junky life and saying, I need God there. It's me looking at my very busy schedule and saying, I need Jesus in this. I mean, with everything that I plan and everything that I put on my agenda and everything that I scripted down in my budget, I need to make room for him. Listen to how Paul puts this about Israel in Romans chapter 9, verse 31 through 33. This is what he says. But Israel, which followed after the law of righteousness, hath not attained to the law of righteousness. They were seeking after righteousness, but Paul says they never attained it. Why? Verse 32, wherefore, because they sought it not by faith, but as it were by the works of the law, for they stumbled at the stumbling block. Uh-oh. They wanted to do it by works. They wanted to contrive their own way to get to God. Child of God, be careful about that. Don't allow Jesus to become a stumbling block in your life. His way is easy and his burden is light. Even this morning, I had to sit on this side of the couch because I wanted to give you a picture of what it means to have access to a whole thing, but to decide in your mind, I'm going to make room for him. You see, when we make room for him, he comes in. When we make room for him, we are saying, Jesus, you are needed in my life, and I choose to put you in the right place. When you exalt Jesus to the right place, he begins to take control and begins to open up doors that no man can shut. So listen to the end of this. Paul says it this way, as it's written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling block, a rock of offense, and whoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. You see, if we can just make room for Jesus, there'll be no shame in our life. There'll be no regrets in our life because we made room for him. When we choose to go down the path that we have designed and don't make room for him, we set ourselves up to be shamed. And God doesn't want any of his children to be ashamed. As you go out into this day, I want you to find little ways to make room for him. A little song here, a little whisper prayer here, a little kind gesture to somebody here, a little allowing someone in front of you in the line. Make room for him today. And guess what? He will open up room for your destiny. God bless you. This has been your morning manna. I pray that you are blessed. And remember, you are a champion who has to make room for Jesus. God bless you.